Hello everyone, I am the Yu-Gi-Oh! Scrub, but you all can call me Bailey. Thank you for clicking on this video today. Today, we're going to be talking about what it means to be a human. Or we're going to play some Yu-Gi-Oh! Probably some Yu-Gi-Oh! Because that's much simpler. How are you doing, everyone? Hope you're doing well. If not, go make yourself have a good day, then come back and watch this video. We're going to be playing a stun deck that I threw together. A stun deck that revolves basically around Apprentice Magician, summoning Crystal Seer, Old Vindictive Magician, and Knight and Sorcerer because it's a level 2 Spellcaster Tuner. 2 Thunder King Ryo because it's a good stun card, also a light, which will come in later. 3 Kai's the Shadow Monarch because this will give us a flip effect monster that we can special summon after it's destroyed. Hopefully then flip it into get an effect from the Crystal Seer or a +1 in the Old Vindictive, and then we will tribute it for the Kai's. Also got 2 Cyber Dragon, another light, also works with the Kai's. Also, just a beater, because we do rely on the normal summon a decent amount. 3 Mask of Darkness, really love this card. I think it's a underused card, a little slow, but if you can just have, like, 5-dimensional prisons in a game, that's just crazy. Sometimes, especially a low monster count deck like Heroes that really need their monsters to go to the grave or just rely on the few monsters they have to make all of their plays. Having a bunch of dimensional prisons or a bunch of Mirror Forces, Torrential, Solemns, all the traps that you can get back with Mask of Darkness, it can really affect them. Also got 1 Gale the World, because it's just a great normal summon. Also level 3 Tuner that gives us some plays with level 8s, like with the Cyber Dragon, or level 7 with the Thunder King. And Chaos Sorcerer. We're running 4 lights. It's just a good card. Plenty of darks. Allure of Darkness, because we are running a lot of dark monsters. Triple Book of Moon, hopefully to reuse the Mask of Darkness or the Crystal Seers. Brain Control, to work with the Kai's, maybe one of our tuners as well. Double Bottomless, Triple D Prison. 2 Legacy of Yatagarasu, Mirror Force, Torrential Tribute, Solemn Judgment, Royal Oppression, Trap Dust Shoot, Call of the Haunted, and Starlight Road. Call of the Haunted maybe could be something like a Regeki Break or Phoenix Swing, or really just any other trap. I was actually thinking, like, do I do something different? No, I'm going to keep it. We're going to save this deck. You guys can see the side deck. Kaiku's being the big ones, DD Crows, just some other cards, but we're going to go ahead and join the Edison pool. The cat, of course, has to come in and go right at my feet whenever I start recording a video, because she's curious. She's like, what are you doing talking to yourself? Are you crazy? I have to say, yes, I am. Just a little bit. I know I'm in the same clothes as I was in the previous video, but I went to the gym. I came back. My hair's all messy because I still haven't showered, but it's kind of short, so it doesn't look too messy, but I'm going to keep my hat on. My opponent opens with Charge of the Light Brigade. Milling a Sirocco, Torrential, and DDV. So DDV will absolutely mess us up. Viewing deck, getting a Raikou. Though we sent it to the grave instead of adding to hand, no big deal. So he gets a Raikou. I imagine he'll just set the Raikou and end. I will go ahead and set Legacy of Yatagarasu and end. Hopefully I can bait that Raikou. Standby is fine. I want to play a Mask of Darkness deck in GOAT. An oldie but a goodie. I've been meaning to build the deck on this account. So he does flip summon the Raikou. I will activate and draw a card. Getting the Apprentice Magician. He mills himself another Sirocco. Luckily getting his DDV targets out of here. No Vayu in grave yet, so those are dead. Also milling 1 Bottomless Trap Hole, which although it's not super effective against my deck, still nice to see it gone. He does summon a Dark-Armed Dragon, which will be hard to get rid of given my current board. Well, current board / current hand. He then searches for an Armageddon Knight, summoning the Armageddon Knight, and probably sending a Vayu, which he will then... Yep, sending a Vayu, which he'll use the effect of to summon a 2300 beater. So this is just the problem against a very aggro deck like Vayu Turbo. I didn't have a great opening hand. The best maybe would have been a Cyber Dragon, so I could have special summoned Cyber Dragon. And then tribute the Caius for banishing the YuGiOh. Taking all the damage, unfortunately. He then sets to, I imagine a DDV is in my future. Though, unfortunately, I think I might just have to end because I don't have a way to break through that. So, let's go ahead and bring in some Kaikus. Soul Release, DD Crow, over the Oppression. Maybe a Book of Moon, Mask of Darkness. Thunder Kings aren't too good. If we're taking out the lights, let's get rid of the Chaos Sorcerer. Compulse might be better than a Book of Moon. Yeah, I kind of want to keep there. I was going to say, get rid of Allure of Darkness, but we're bringing in more Darks. We'll bring the Compulses in over both Book of Moons, and we'll keep one. Thinking that if he is to special summon a Armed Wing or Armor Master, the Compulse is pretty good counterplay to that. Okay, I like where this is, though. We'll summon Kaiku and set a butt-ton of traps, but we have the Starlight Road to back it up. Along with a Compulse, Yada, and Torrential Tribute. He charges, milling YuGiOh and Plague, and Eroda. Only notable cards being the YuGiOh and Plague. I suppose the Eroda's notable, but not that important. Searching himself, I imagine, a YuGiOh. Okay. No targets, meaning if he sets a card, it's almost certainly going to be the YuGiOh. Maybe sided one out. Setting a card and setting a couple of back row. He then ends his turn, giving it to me. I draw Bottomless. We'll attack. It's a YuGiOh. That's fine by me. I have interaction with his graveyard, which is why I don't mind having my Kaiku popped right away, and I'll set the Bottomless and end. Six cards to his 5. He has Plague and Grave, along with 2 lights, both being YuGiOhs. So I don't think his number of Lightsworn names will matter. He summons a Vayu. That's fine. I'll take 800. We'll go ahead and activate a Legacy Yatagarasu. And we'll set the Dimensional Prison we just drew an end. Probably gonna Dimensional Prison his Blackwing Vayu if he goes ahead and attacks this turn. That is what he's gonna do, so I'll do exactly what I said and try to deprison it. That goes through. And then I draw Soul Release. I don't think it's worth using quite yet. And I don't want to clog my back row, so I'm just going to end. One thing this deck does have a problem with is being aggro at all. It's hard to put a ton of damage on board. The Thunder Kings do help with that. Kaikus are okay, but you really just rely on getting to a grind game or just creating a board that your opponent can't deal with. He goes ahead and Armageddon Knights. Sending a Vayu. And attacking for 14. I will eat it. Would love to see an Apprentice Magician. Perfect timing. We'll go ahead and set Apprentice Magician. Standby main. He goes to battle. And let's go ahead and I think we will special the Crystal Seer. Now, we might see this coming turn that Crystal Seer in Edison format, your opponent doesn't get to see the cards. This was before modern times, it's Excavate. We'll go ahead and try to Bottomless Trap Hole the Sirocco. And I will, I believe, Starlight Road. I'm not sure exactly how this works because I think actually I do have to have the monsters be face up. I will declare and then try to banish the Vayu then. And just reveal Judgment and Soul Release. Unfortunate that I don't get to use the Apprentice Magician. Showing him the brain control. I will set Solomon End. Turn 1 of DDV. Feeling okay about my position though. Torrential is nice. Showing him Dimensional Prison. I will keep it in hand. I don't want to set it right away. Hopefully I can draw another trap. And then he won't know exactly what I have set and when. If I was to set the Dimensional Prison last turn, he would almost certainly know that's exactly what it was. He sets 2 back row. And ends. And reveal the Caius. So we'll go ahead. We can banish. I do think now without the DD Crow, I want to activate Soul Release. Banishing the Plague and Sirocco. Along with both Lights and Dark Grepher. And we'll end there. So, 7 cards to 7, though I will be drawing into my 8th next turn. And I have a good amount of back row that are useful. He has no real grave setup. He could have a burial, which obviously wouldn't be great. Though I don't know if I would negate it with Solemn Judgment. I might because it would certainly give him all that fuel that I've taken away. Not all of it, but a good amount. Getting the Vayu, probably a Sirocco, and maybe the Plague. Kind of want to keep it open, drawing another dimensional prison. Keep my back row open, just in case I draw an allure or something. Where are all my monsters, though? I know I only run 20, but I mean, 20 is half my deck. Compulse, Judgment, Torrential Tribute. And Starlight Road set. We'll go ahead. I think we just normal summon the Apprentice Magician. And try to attack for 400. And we'll end our turn there. If he's to summon a Vayu, I'd let it go and attack over. Dark Grepher, I'd let it attack over. Other things I might consider torrentialing or compulsing. He's viewing as banished a lot, making me believe that he has a return or a burial. Standby main. He does have the return. And we'll negate that. And I never knew that was a feature. Okay. So he's going to summon Sirocco, Plague, Vayu, Grepher, and I think I'm going to Torrential Tribute this. Unfortunately, that's fine by me. And showing him that I have 2D Prison Brain Control Caius. But he loses his board. I still have Compulse. He Vayus. Banishing Sirocco and Vayu. I'm gonna stand right here, so I'm in the middle of my screen. Summoning himself an Armed Wing. Surprise, surprise. I will likely compulse this back, because I do not want to take the damage. That's exactly what I'm going to do. Compulse sends back the Armed Wing. He sets a back row and ends. Unfortunately, I believe the way Deck Devastation Virus works is, since it doesn't change, I just automatically lose a DD Crow. I don't have an ability to activate it. We'll see what he says here. It doesn't look like he's actually saying anything, and I'll just end. Okay, he's typing 1 out of 3. I was kind of hoping he's like, oh, actually, in Edison format, you're allowed to chain that, which I would love, but God forbid my opponent helps me out, though I don't think he can help me. I don't think that's how it works at all. Starlight Road, 2-dimensional prisons. He has a Dark Grepher. And I'm sorry. Imagine he's going to activate the effect and try to pitch some things. He activates the effect of Plague. Apologies. Gotta send a text. He then special summons Dark Armed. Yep. Just to confirm, 3 Darks Engrave. He activates the effect with priority. Unfortunately, Starlight Road can't negate when it's only 1 card being destroyed. I wish there was something weird where it's like he can banish all 3 at the same time and destroy all 3. And admit defeat. GG's. Normally I would maybe wait for him to say something else if he chose to, but I want to get another match in. We're 21 minutes into the video. I want to give you guys... I keep losing rock, paper, scissors. Today is not my day. I'm the worst player to ever play. Can you see the kitty cat in back? No, you can't. There she is. You can see her. Right there. Little kitty cat. Say hi to the kitty cat. Oh, God. Okay. He wrote us, getting Armageddon Knight, sending... Okay, I like this. Djinn. I know it's Jin, but I like Djinn. This is something I've played before. I think the play here is going to be normal summon. And then brain control. And try to make Black Rose. And, of course, he... I kind of could have predicted he'd have the Starlight Road, but I really wanted to hope he wouldn't. I thought that was a good enough play. This is why I'm a scrub. I just really wanted that to work. Legacy of Yatagarasu. We'll set that, and Mask of Darkness. He summons Armageddon Knight. Does he send another Jin? Maybe a Necro? I think 1 Jin in any deck is fine. Okay, so we might be playing the Garlandorf one. I will activate Legacy. Getting back my Legacy Yatagarasu with my Mask of Darkness. And I get Mirror Force. Okay. Gonna have to just set a bunch of cards here. Let's activate Dust Shoot. Alright. It is a relinquished deck. But relinquished fairies? Interesting. Let's send back Herald of Orange Light, because I can't have him negate my Vindictive Magician. And that is sad. Admit defeat here. Let's go ahead and bring in what we did before. Thunder King could negate a Christia, but I don't know if we'll be playing a Christia. Light Imprisoning doesn't negate light monsters in hand, so I don't think that's too useful. Excuse me. Over the Call, the Haunteds. Bottomless, maybe, because that won't get rid of anything besides Christia. Let's try this. Royal Oppression's fine. Alright, opening hand. Book of Moon, Kaiku, Cyber, Caius, D Prison. We'll summon Kaiku, set D Prison. Seems like a good play to me. He upstarts. I'll take 1,000. Free life points. Move my camera just a hair. I do not like Senju. I think that... Actually, I get why he's playing the cards now. The Heralds. Because he's playing Senju and Manju. Tributing Senju for Relinquished. I'll take 1,800. That's fine by me. We'll special summon Cyber Dragon. And we'll Book of Moon Cyber. We'll then tribute for Caius. And of course he's got Solemn Judgment. Fine by me though. I'll just end. I can Dimensional Prison. He is an Armageddon Knight likely to send the Jin to grave. That's exactly what happens. I'll take 1,400. And I'll deprison the Relinquished. I get Soul Release. We'll set deprison and end. Hits me for another 1,400. So he's just a full Relinquished deck. I like Relinquished as a sub-engine, or a sub-boss monster, I suppose. I suppose he could be playing Christia's. We'll set the Mirror Force that we just drew. He hits the Mirror Force that I just drew with an MST. Preparation of Rites. Why did I not ever think of this card in my Relinquished decks? $1,400 damage. Gosh. Alright. We'll activate Soul Release. If it ever wants to let me activate Soul Release. Banishing. Probably... Knowing that, should have banished the Black Illusion Ritual from grave as well. Soul Release is pretty good against this deck for that reason, now I think about it. Not an interaction that comes up really ever. And drawing Starlight Road. We have to set the Book of Moon for more defense. But at least we have Starlight Road. And we will deprison a Armageddon Knight. Like, the worst thing to ever deprison, though. At least now we draw Kaiku. Watch, be a Raiko. Nope, it was a Herald. Summons Armageddon Knight. Going to likely pitch the Jin Releaser of Ritual, so it can't be dealt with via traps. Black Illusion Ritual. But he can't use the Jin because Kaiku's on the field. I will Book of Moon the Relinquished. So he can't take my Kaiku. Tributing Relinquished for Relinquished. Getting my Kaiku. forcing me to MST my own Kaiku, so I don't take any damage, and I draw a Mask of Darkness. And unfortunately, I have to run over the Relinquished with an attack position Mask of Darkness. We're in a top deck war, though I think he has better top decks than I do. It's a Senju. And I'll take 500. Kaiku would be the best draw, and it's a Caius. That's game. Admit defeat. GG's. Alright, well, unfortunately, I have to go deal with a cat because I hear her doing something in the closet that she shouldn't be doing. But thank you all for watching. This deck clearly is not perfected. Maybe I'll play with my other stun deck that's a similar vein, but not quite so reliant on the Apprentice Magicians. It's more Doom Cow, Mask of Darkness, and Thunder King, and making those monsters stay on the field. Regardless, thank you all for watching. 31-minute video. Goodbye.